me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
Tonight's Greenlight Maine is sponsored by Hancock Lumber, built to deliver.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine, a series dedicated to showcasing the amazing talent, grit, and creativity of Maine's top entrepreneurs. These are the people who are building Maine's future, one dream at a time. I'm Don Gooding, Executive Director of MCED and Vice Chair of the Maine Angels, Maine's largest angel investing group. I'll be your host for tonight's show, featuring two promising entrepreneurs pitching to this evening's panel of judges for a chance at winning $100,000 in cash. Let's meet our distinguished panel of judges. On the far end of the table, Dan Koloski is a Senior Director at software giant Oracle, as well as co-owner of Stages, which is a performing arts academy for kids. Dan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Don. Thank you so much for having me. It's very exciting.
Yes, and in the middle, we have Mary Ellen Lindeman, who is an owner at Coffee by Design, which just celebrated 21 years in business. Congrats on that. And you're also the co-founder of Portland Buy Local. Good to have you.
I am thrilled to be here and so excited that this show is here in Maine to honor the great entrepreneurs we have and help them move forward.
And then finally, we have our sponsor for the evening. We have Kevin Hancock, who is the 6th generation to be running the family business Hancock Lumber. Great to have you here, and thanks for your support.
It's a pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
So this night, you're going to be hearing two companies providing a presentation for about 3 minutes each. You'll have 2 minutes of Q&A, and then you'll have time for deliberating to see who's going to be getting the green light to go forward after tonight's contest. And we'll be right back with our first presentation of the evening. You can go to greenlightmaine.com, learn all about these companies. We'll see you in just a minute.
Very proud of this company, very proud of what I do and what we do here as a team.
You know, our people are the most important thing that we have going for us as a company.
As long as whatever I do for Hancock Lumber has to do with people, I really love it, and there's tons of opportunity here.
Every day, no matter what I do, I can touch something and leave it in better shape and make a difference.
If any of you in our television audience has a big idea, we encourage you to visit greenlightmaine.com for a list of resources and information about starting your own business.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. It's a good time to get #GreenlightMaine ready because we've got our first presenter here for the evening. With us is Emma Wilson, president of Odigo.
Smelly, messy, inconvenient. Those are just a few words that come to mind when many people think about composting. But I'm here tonight to tell you why those misconceptions just don't have to be true. My company began right at the University of Maine in Orono, a world-renowned paper research school, and our core technology is a patented odor-absorbing paper coating. Now, this coating could be used in many different markets. We've looked at the dirty diaper market, the cat waste market, and we finally landed on the compost market, specifically the backyard compost market, a market that includes 26 million households in the U.S. Due to that market size, we're currently working on launching Odigo, a composting starter kit that'll include a kitchen compost pail, odor-absorbing and compostable bags, and odor-absorbing and compostable inserts. Now, if you don't compost, you might be asking yourselves, okay, why do people compost and why should I buy this product? Well, the first reason people compost is because when you compost, there's less waste going into landfills, so there's less greenhouse gases being emitted, which leads to less climate change. In 2012, Americans produced 250 million tons of waste. 70 million of those tons could have been composted, but only 20 million actually was. The second reason people compost is because it turns waste into a useful product by reducing the need for water and fertilizer in one's garden. With Odigo, we're looking to target two markets. The first are the environmentally friendly people who would like to compost, but they have those reservations that it has to be smelly, messy, and inconvenient. The second are the current backyard composters who just want to make the process easier. We've been researching composting, and one of the biggest problems we found is the smell problem. Most composters store their food scraps in a kitchen compost pail. And after a few days, those rotting food scraps can really begin to smell, which forces the composter to take the pail out more frequently. The second problem is what we call the messy problem. Most composters don't line their kitchen compost pail with a bag, so they're forced to clean out that caked on, rotting food, which can be seriously disgusting. Together, those problems can make composting very inconvenient. But to use our product, you first just toss your food scraps into one of our bags, cover it with one of our inserts, and when the bag is full, simply toss it onto your backyard compost pile. The bags and the inserts will completely decompose, and they're also coated with our patented odor-absorbing coating, so there's no smell going into your kitchen. And the coating is also water resistant, so the bag won't leak either. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, okay, how is Odigo different from every other product on the market? Well, the other products on the market either solve the smell problem or the mess problem, but Odigo solves both. So in order to make Odigo a reality, we have a bag manufacturer up in Presque Isle, and we have most of the production process in place. In order to move forward, we need more funding for additional R&D and a pilot production run. So if you're a backyard composter who's excited about Odigo, or you just care about being more environmentally friendly, support our crowdfunding campaign and help launch Odigo so we can make composting odor-free and easier for everyone.
First question over to you, Kevin.
Well, Emma, first of all, great job. You're very passionate, and you're the most passionate person about composting I've ever met. But I love the idea. I like green industries. I'm in one myself. The challenge I worry about for you, or I'm curious about, is as a consumer, when I hear the word composting, my brain kind of shuts down and just turns it off. And how have you thought about how you would keep people who do want to be environmentally conscious but are leery of composting, thinking about your product and buying?
So it's part of kind of our business plan is be going into environmentally friendly stores where people already are, like Whole Foods, and setting up displays and starting up by talking to people about being environmentally friendly and why they don't compost and things like that.
Mary Ellen.
Be interested to know what your price point is going to be also, because again, for those of us who want to be environmentally friendly, cost is obviously a consideration.
It'll be $9.99 a month for 10 bags and 60 inserts, and we're also looking at doing a monthly subscription plan.
Quick question to Dan.
Have you shown this already to any retailers or government agencies that are doing composting at the local level? How was their reaction?
We have not, but we have I interviewed 40 composters, environmentally friendly people, and overall the interviews were very positive for the product.
Well, great. Well, we're going to be back after a break for a conversation with our sponsor of this evening, Hancock Lumber. And don't go away. We'll be right back here on Greenlight Maine.
It doesn't take much to change your entire travel experience. It's more than a flight. It's the whole trip. Connect to your world with daily non-stop flights to Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Baltimore, Charlotte, and New York City. Portland International Jetport. Way better.
We develop websites for businesses of all sizes and devices of all shapes. We develop website strategies for connecting with prospects to cultivate more business. We develop websites that are simple to use and easy to update, putting the power in your hands. All backed up by a marketing team here in Maine, ready to help your business grow. Sutherland Weston, SutherlandWeston.com.
Please visit greenlightmaine.com to follow the progress of your favorite entrepreneurs and find information and resources about becoming an entrepreneur yourself.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine for a conversation with our sponsor this evening. We have with us Kevin Hancock, who is president of Hancock Lumber. Welcome to the show, and thanks for your support.
Thank you. Good evening.
So a lot of the companies presenting on Greenlight Maine have been around for a year or two, and they're thinking about what's it going to take to get to the next year. You've been around for, I think, 167 years. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So what does it take to build a company that's going to be around for that long?
Well, you have to have started a long time ago. That's the first thing it takes. And then from there, it takes probably the same set of ingredients it takes in any business. It takes a lot of luck. It takes some timing. It takes hard work. It takes a lot of good people. And I think at the end of the day, it takes grittiness, which is something that's part of the fabric of Maine, because you're going to have tough times. You're not going to go 6 generations or over 100 years without having
some tough
difficult periods. So sometimes you've just got to be gritty and dig in and work at it.
Now, you mentioned great people along the way. I know when I work with entrepreneurs at MCED, we talk about the importance of having a great team and having a good culture. Is that also important at a company like Hancock Lumber?
Well, I think it's critical. In fact, to me, it's everything. The way I think about it is our competitors have all the same equipment, machinery, trucks, and inventory that we do. The only thing that separates one company from another is the team of people that you're able to assemble. And I've been blessed in that when I look at an organization, I don't see the equipment, I don't see the inventory. What I see is the people. And I don't see employees, I see people who have jobs.
Human beings, yeah. Well, that's great. So stepping in as a leader with 6 generations, you've probably had to evolve your own leadership style over time?
I have definitely had to evolve, because even though it's a multi-generational business, in order for it to keep going, it's got to continue to be entrepreneurial, it's got to reinvent itself, and that means the people, including the leaders, have to be willing to keep learning, thinking about how to do things better, and how to improve their selves. When I was a younger manager, I used to spend more time thinking about what other people should do, and as I've managed for a longer period of time, I've put more focus on thinking about what I can do better and how I can lead the right way.
Well, I'm so encouraged to hear that a company like Hancock Lumber that's been around for a long time thinks about reinventing itself, because I definitely think innovation's key for Maine's future as well. So I understand that this has been so inspiring for you that you've written a book?
I have written a book about a place that has no trees, interestingly enough. So I've written a book about the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, which is one of the largest, most remote, poorest reservations in the American Plains today. It's in the southwest corner of South Dakota. And I hadn't set out to write the book, but I had gone to visit the reservation because it intrigued me. I wanted to see what life was like there today on those reservations that were created in the second half of the 19th century. And I just fell in love with the place and was keeping a journal, and the journal turned into a book. And
there you go. You're suddenly in a new business.
Suddenly I'm an author, correct.
Well, that's great. Well, lots of entrepreneurs end up doing things on the side. We're going to be back after a break with our second presentation here on Greenlight Maine.
Hi, Ross here for Dysart's Restaurant. Everyone's having meetings. Meeting about this, meetings about that, meeting about meetings. How ridiculous is that? Got a meeting? Meet at Dysart's Broadway. Look at my chart. Dysart's Broadway's got 3 meeting rooms. A big one, a bigger one, and an even bigger one. And the big one and the bigger one can combine to be even bigger than the even bigger one. How ridiculous is that?
Great food, great service, and a great place for your meeting. Dysart's Broadway.
Big and bigger's bigger than even bigger.
Dysarts.com.
Ridiculous.
When it comes to health insurance, what's your priority?
Affordable office visits.
A broad network of providers.
Low monthly payments.
You know what's important to you, but finding the right plan can seem so complicated. The good news is that we can walk you through it, step by step. But you need to act soon. For affordable, quality health insurance, Maine Community Health Options, we can help.
Please visit greenlightmaine.com to follow the progress of your favorite entrepreneurs and find information and resources about becoming an entrepreneur yourself.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. It's a great time to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter because it's time for our second presentation by Kendall Hinckley from Garbage to Garden. Kendall?
How do you compost? Well, I'll show you how I do it. I put my food scraps in the bucket, put this bucket on my curb on garbage day, and I'm done. I'll get a clean bucket back and a bag of compost if I request it. I compost with Garbage to Garden, a curbside composting service based in Portland, Maine. Composting like this saves me money on garbage bags, it's good for the environment, and it's easy. You join at garbagetogarden.org and grab a bucket at a partner location like Hannaford Supermarkets. We started 3 years ago to find an easy alternative to backyard composting, and what we found was an even greater need. See, the state of Maine produces 4,800 tons of garbage a day, and we have 67% of the needed landfill space for the next 20 years. Fortunately, 40% of our garbage is compostable. Garbage to Garden was bootstrapped by my business partner, Tyler Frank, who started with $350, a pickup truck, and a regular table at the farmer's market. Today, we service 4,000 residential and commercial accounts, including 1 in 7 curbside households in the city of Portland. We're growing by an average of 150 households per month, and last fall, we became profitable. Our current revenue annualized is $750,000. So our business is just like a trash company. The difference is we support farmers instead of landfills. We also take a unique approach to encouraging people how to compost, and it's part customer service and part social movement. Enter the first part, the G panel. The G panel is our proprietary software built in-house, and it automates personalized service. It's how we run our operation, and it's also how our program can scale to other cities and other states. The second part, social movement. We engage our community network to drive referrals through a volunteer program and things like composting for events and businesses and schools. Our team of 10 includes myself, Tyler, a web developer, and our operations team. We're looking for minds and resources to expand our business to the next level, and Greenlight Maine perfectly fits into that goal. Right now, we're on the crest of an organics boom, and in 20 years, compost bins will be everywhere. Within our current footprint, our business can triple in size, and we're getting requests from people in other cities and other states looking to bring Garbage to Garden to where they are. My question for you is, how do you get a city to compost? Because I say you make it a no-brainer. Thank you.
All right, first question over to you, Mary Allen.
Kendall, it's a great idea, and I'm interested in knowing how you will protect your idea, and are you exploring franchise opportunities?
Yes. So first, we are certainly interested in protecting the IP of our proprietary software. It's got a lot of nuances in it that have come from 3 years of experience, so I think it'd be kind of hard to replicate. And it definitely lends itself to franchising or licensing in some way so that when people want to start composting in their areas, they can cut through all the, they can use our software as a shortcut to cut through all the learning curves that we had to go through.
Great. Dan, question?
Great job, Kendall. You mentioned that you're like a trash company, so tell us how you make money.
Yeah, sure. So our households pay a monthly subscription, and when we add households to the route we're already driving, we're adding households at a lower marginal expense. So that's really where we can scale within our current footprint, and we also will provide commercial service and event services just like comparable to hiring a trash company to handle the waste for that kind of event.
Okay, Kevin, over to you.
Well done, Kendall. I really like the business model. Congratulations on getting it profitable. What's the biggest challenge facing the next stage for your company?
The biggest challenge we've been dealing with is undercapitalization. We're completely bootstrapped, and we're very fortunate that to this point we've been able to grow within our existing retained earnings. At this point, we're really looking to mature our fleet without adding existing debt.
Okay. Next up, our judges' deliberations on the two great presentations tonight. We'll see you back here in a minute on Greenlight Maine.
Yeah, I've seen lights along lights along the river.
The Dempsey Challenge, October 17th and 18th. Register today at dempseychallenge.org.
If any of you in our television audience has a big idea, we encourage you to visit greenlightmaine.com for a list of resources and information about starting your own business.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We've heard two presentations, and now it's time, judges, for you to talk about these two companies. So first, let's turn our attention to Odigo. What did you like, Kevin, about their presentation?
Well, it was a great presentation. I like the fact that they have some proprietary technology. I think that's obviously an advantage. My concern is their model is still a bit too complicated and smelly and messy for their customers.
Mary Ellen, what did you like about Odigo?
You know, I like the fact that they were really looking at that composter consumer and how do they make this easier for them, and dealing with the issues they said of odor and simplicity. My concern is that person who isn't environmentally interested in getting into composting, it still was not a compelling enough product to really get that person into the marketplace. And I think they need that consumer to make it a large enough market to make this feasible.
Interesting. Dan, what did you like about Odigo?
Well, I like patents. Patents are always good to have. Any intellectual property is a great thing, and that in and of itself is an asset. And I like that this, in theory, could be manufactured at scale and sold to a wide variety of consumers.
Yep, so it could be potentially a very big business on the scalability. But on the challenges side of things, what did you see with the Odigo business model?
I would have liked to have seen customer validation. I think that a couple years in, you really ought to be able to recite chapter and verse about lots of customers have seen this and they've really liked it. Buyers, potential buyers in the wholesale as well as direct to consumer. I didn't see that in the presentation.
Right. And Mary Ellen, any other challenges that you wanted to bring up?
I mean, the model of the fee per month, again, I'm trying to figure out if this is actually being sold through a store, their pricing model here. They had it as if you're buying it directly from them.
Oh, right.
But if I'm buying it from a storefront, bricks and mortar, how is that actually going to work? I'm not sure about their numbers.
Yeah, so that monthly subscription on a retail business. Interesting, matching those two things. Any other challenges that you saw, Kevin?
No, I just again was concerned. I think to scale this model, you've got to appeal to people who aren't inclined to compost, and I just thought it was a bit too much work.
Okay, so turning our attention then to Garbage to Garden, what did you like about that company?
There was a lot I liked. I like their brand. I like their logo. I like the fact that they're already profitable.
Yes,
but the biggest thing I liked is that I think they've made composting simple for their customer. I think they have a very customer-friendly business model.
Okay. Mary Ellen, what do you like about it?
They have a great track record. They're already profitable, which is pretty remarkable in a 3-year period. And they started with 1 truck and $350. To actually see that they have a strong consumer base in one market, and that I can actually see that this could be launched in other municipalities, other states.
Definitely. So you see that scalability potential.
Absolutely see scalability.
Dan, what did you like about it?
Similarly, I like the fact that they're growing rapidly. I like the fact that they believe in customer service as an important part of their business model, and that they can prove that that's working because they're growing and keeping customers. That's a great thing, no question.
Yep. And then challenges. I mean, you're a software guy. I don't know whether you saw software challenges.
Sure. Software is, it's very interesting that they want to take their software and make it replicable. I think in general, my concern with them is scalability across cities. It strikes me that they really have to put up some barriers to protect themselves, whether it's intellectual property around the software or patents on the process or similar, because it is difficult to take this and scale it across municipalities, and that's really how they'll grow.
Mary Ellen?
And I think the personality of the people who own it, how do you actually replicate that?
Yes.
So, you know, you have very enthusiastic owners right now. They've got a great idea. They're known in the area. How do you actually have that go into other markets?
Kevin, what were your thoughts on some of the challenges that Garbage to Garden might face going forward?
Right. Well, I think the immediate challenge is what Kendall referenced, which is finding capital, finding people who believe in the model, see where it can go to help them continue to roll out what they've started and expand it.
So can you see this being around in 167 years?
I can, because I do think this is an industry that's going to grow and become more popular.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to be back after a short break with the judges' choices on who's going to get the green light tonight on Greenlight Maine. See you in a minute.
Very proud of this company, very proud of what I do and what we do here as a team.
You know, our people are the most important thing that we have going for us as a company.
As long as whatever I do for Hancock Lumber has to do with people, I really love it, and there's tons of opportunity here.
Every day, no matter what I do, I can touch something and leave it in better shape and make a difference.
We hope you at home will support your favorite entrepreneur tonight by going to greenlightmaine.com and clicking on their GoFundMe link. You can make a difference.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. It's that time we've been waiting for. You've heard the presentations, you've heard the deliberations, and now it's time, judges, to lift those cards up and get ready to share with the audience who's going to get the green light tonight. And the answer is... That means Garbage to Garden is going on to the finals, where 13 companies will be competing for a chance at $100,000 in cash. And whether or not you at home agreed with our judges or not, you can go to greenlightmaine.com and vote with your hearts and your wallets for your favorite company. We hope you've enjoyed and been inspired by the talented entrepreneurs competing on Greenlight Maine. Got an idea yourself? Let's keep in touch online and keep growing Maine, one dream at a time.
Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by Hancock Lumber, built to deliver. Prize money for Greenlight Maine is provided by Maine Accelerates Growth through a grant by the Maine Community Foundation, stewards of charitable giving, helping donors help Maine. Outreach and community engagement in partnership with Maine Startup and Create Week, a conference worth giving work for. Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handcrafted American furniture since 1972. Broadcast facilities provided by NESCOM, the New England School of Communication at Husson University.
Give me that green